Hi guys, it's a wonderful summer morning here in Michigan and I'm here outside on my porch. It's facing south and west and usually mornings are really cool on this porch. I was thinking today I should show you all of my Echeverias and Graptoverias and Graptopetalums that have been outside this year and also the ones that are inside under lights. I should start with the one that I'm enjoying a lot looking at when I come and sit down here, and that's my Echeveria Pearl One Nunberg. This, guys, is actually propagation of propagation. If you watch my video last fall, I had this beautiful Pearl One Nunberg that I got, and it was big rosette, and I propagated it twice and it bloomed, and then when I cut off blooms, the rosettes started popping and they got quite big in the last few months. Beautiful colors. I can never have enough of Echeveria Pearl One Nunberg. They're just so pretty. And this year I had a lot more Echeverias outside than the past years because we had pretty cool summer, which I think really worked for them. And I also had issues with white mold, so all of those problematic plants that were struggling I took outside and treated with neem oil mixture, and I think that they're doing better since I have taken them outside. I will show you in a minute. I had to throw away one that was quite expensive one, Pinky Trumpet, because I didn't catch the white mold fast enough on it, and it was blending with its colors. So let's take a look. So these are all the ones that have been treated, and they got a lot of new growth. So this Echeveria that I got from Arizona got on a few leaves white mold, and I sprayed it with the neem oil. I beheaded it. The leftover stem really hasn't produced anything, but the top has finally rooted. This Culebra had pests, got white mold on one of the leaves, so I sprayed it and it's getting new growth that's healthy. This doesn't look so great, but I actually see the improvement. It's looking really good. This one had one leaf that I thought I saw white mold, so I didn't want to risk. It's a type of Echeveria goides. I just sprayed it and took it outside, but I don't see any problems anymore. Echeveria or Graptoveria Jules had a lot of issues, pests, white mold, and I took it outside. This I think is actually example of white mold. I think this one, well, all of them I need to treat again with neem oil. So that one's still kind of, I don't know what's going to happen with that one. This one I think is recovered. I didn't notice any problematic leaves. This one I didn't really see the white mold, but it looked like it's starting to pale like some of the other ones that had next to it white mold, so I didn't want to risk. I prevented, I only sprayed it, and it seems to be having new growth because the spray kind of destroyed that farina, the color on top of the leaves. This is Korean import. I had few bottom leaves that had white mold. I removed them, sprayed it, and it seems to be healthy since. These are cuttings of, I think it's called lilac something. I don't know, it gets bumps kind of like raindrops. I sprayed it preventatively. I think it's all right. This one was sprayed, seems to be healthy. This is just the newest edition I got. This one definitely had on a few leaves white mold. This is Echeveria magnifica, but I think it's growing normally. It just has that damages from the spray and the pests. This is my Fred Ives, also seems to be growing fine. I have some more plants here that had issues. No, this one didn't have any issues. This one did have on one of the leaves. That's another Culebra. White mold, I sprayed it, seems to be recovered. This one was in a very poor shape when I came back from Serbia. So, I don't know, it was all dried up and had pests. So, I sprayed it and I took it outside, so it seemed to be putting up new growth, but it really doesn't look well, which is a shame because it was such a beautiful one and it was imported plant. Really sad about that. These two I got from a nursery on clearance and they both had white mold, and I think it actually came like that because it was like the day or two after, so I don't think they got it from me. Anyway, I treated them and I took them outside. I don't see any new leaves that are ill. Same with these ones. So they do have damages from the spray and the sun, but hopefully they will recover. Over there, I have some more that have issues. Well, this one doesn't have issues. I just took it outside to grow. It's a purpurorum. This one was affected by something, I don't even know what. I don't know if it was mites or aphids, but it had some kind of pest that distorted the growth. So I beheaded it, and now there is new growth coming up. This is pink moonstones. They're a little bit dirty because there was rain and there was dirt around, so I'm sorry about that. But these didn't have white mold, they just had pests. So as you can see, decora that had some of the leaves distorted. This is also decora. This one here, I sprayed it with neem oil, so it looks kind of weird, but that's Rusbii, I think. Echeveria or Graptoveria, doesn't look that good. Also got white mold on a few leaves. I have my Fred Ives here, and I recently got cutting of Afterglow Echeveria from gas farms because I lost one of mine. It was in conservatory and got a lot of mealybugs. Once in a while I will lose a plant because it was just too far gone. I didn't catch it fast enough to treat it. Let me go to the other side. There is mostly crassulas and cacti here, but I have few things. There's few echeverias. This one had pests when I got it. I think it's called Murano. So I treated it. As you can see, a little bit of white there. And I think it's growing here better, recovering. And this is the one that I got from Arizona. Also had some pests and doing better. This is that beautiful Graptopetalum that bloomed and got burned when I was gone. And the burn is almost like outgrown, and the stem started putting up new growth. So it's doing pretty good. I did change the pot on this one because I needed that pot for something else. And then I have my Darley Sunshine, I think it's called, Graptoveria. That one had some beautiful stressed colors. I think it's now, due to rain, it's a little bit paler color, but it had like a really dark reddish, kind of almost like that. And then I have one of my goose plants here. Oh yeah, I should show you something that I have inside in the bedroom. So here are some of the echeverias that are in my bedroom. I have here Echeveria agavoides lipstick. Then I have my Echeveria agavoides, I don't know which kind particularly, that split it in two heads this year. And this is the same one, baby one of this one. And I think that's it for echeverias in this area. Now I'll go downstairs and show you the ones that are under lights. So I'll start with my top tray here in the plant room where I have a lot of propagations. So here is my, I thought it's Echeveria purpurorum, but I don't know 100%. This is the one that's more green and red. And these are the beheaded stems that were left, and as you can see, the rosettes are getting quite big all around. It has grown quite a bit. So I think maybe I can even remove some of these leaves that are in the way, but I haven't done yet that. This is Echeveria decora that I got from gas farms, and I think it had some pests, so I had to spray it with alcohol a few times. This is a beheaded Echeveria that for the longest time didn't have any growth, and somebody suggested maybe you should remove more leaves. Well, I didn't remove more leaves, but it finally started growing, so I'm gonna pull it out so you can see. So there is quite a bit of new rosettes growing, guys. There is two big ones that were there already, but this is the new growth, these little ones. And these are the two heads that were taken from this, two rosettes that were taken from this plant. One looks more plumped up. Yeah, that one is rooted well, and this one was cut later, so more shallow roots, but it has roots. It just hasn't plumped up as well as this one. This is Pentandrum superbum that I got from friend Amanda that volunteers with me. It rooted, and this is Echeveria Goides Miranda that we kind of traded, and it has rooted. This was a cutting that I got from Ed from Gas Farms. It's kind of like a hybrid. It's not the Black Knight or Black Prince, kind of a little bit different from both. It did have mealybugs, and he had a lot of problems with this particular kind, getting mealybugs, but I think it's doing all right. And then here I have my Graptoveria Debbie with a little baby growing on the side. Then this is Echeveria Goides that I more recently ordered from Succulent Eden, and it has rooted very well. This is Echeveria Goides Ebony. It was a really, really good price for two little ones, and I ordered one for Amanda and one for me. And I think it's finally getting a little bit wider. It's a very, very slow grower, and it took a while to get established. This is Echeveria Goides Romeo, Red Romeo, that I beheaded and got nothing out of that beheading, and this one took forever to root, but it has finally rooted. This is the leftover stem here that never produced anything, neither leaves or this is the stem here. I don't see anything there. This is I couldn't resist this one because I have so many of this one, but it was on a sale, and it has like 3 rosettes in it. This is the same one as this one here, Pentandrum superbum. Then this is Propagation of one of the echeverias that I got as a cutting and a gift from Plants of Joy. There were like 2 little cuttings. I rooted them, then I beheaded them, and this is all grow from those 2 stems, as you can see. So this is Echeveria Pinwheel that I got from Amanda. This is my Echeveria Elegance Blue. I brought this from Arizona, and it had like, I don't know, 5 different rosettes, but they got so large that I had to remove 3 of them and just kind of have more space. But even this is kind of getting large, and it's in the bigger square pot that I have for the trays. This is my Echeveria Pearl Van Nonnenberg that is a grandchild of the Echeveria that I got last fall. So I beheaded it, I think, 3 times. So this is the last beheading, and it rooted and it plumped up. This is Topsy Turvy, has a lot of babies underneath. Here, then this is my recent order. I always forget how to say it, but it's Echeveria Anacoisi, something like that. I think it finally rooted and plumped up from the same seller. I think it's from the same seller. I got this one. I think this is Mr. Richards. Beautiful variegation. I think it also rooted. This is my Pink Delight, the Graptopetalum that fell, and I lost most of the rosettes and leaves. This is the one branch that sort of was looking good, so I planted that one separately. This is another Echeveria decor that I have. I forgot what's the name of this one. Maybe Echeveria Elegance Blue. I don't know. Not 100% sure. These are my propagations or Compton Carousel, guys. Look at that. I thought I'm gonna lose this. And the top head of this one, because it wasn't well established plant, it never rooted, just shriveled. It was very small head. And then I wasn't sure what's gonna happen with the stem, but stem did grow 3 rosettes, so I'm excited about that. They seem healthy. I have 2 leaves of Compton Carousel or Echeveria here, and they seem to be not doing anything really. I thought maybe they're having roots, but this I want to show you. This is my variegated Graptopetalum. Let me see. Graptopetalum Pentandrum Superbum. But I don't know if you can see variegation on this leaf. This is growth from 1 leaf, and it's getting bigger and it's getting variegation. So I'm really excited about that. Hope it grows and stays healthy. All right, then here on the bottom tray, there is a lot of stuff here. So here I have my Echeveria Fabiola that I got from Mountain Crest Gardens a few years ago. Hasn't grown a lot, finally has babies, has 1 more rosette growing here that's getting quite big, and 1 tiny one that's coming up, but this one here was as tiny as this one about 2 months ago, so it's definitely growing. I love this Echeveria. I think it's really beautiful. It did have some mealybugs, I think. Recently I have to watch it and spray it. This is a recent purchase. If you watch my videos, it looks like Purpursorum. I don't know, it's a different color than the other one that I have. This one is more like reddish orangish color, and I beheaded this one, and it hasn't rooted yet. It's been like a week, I think. This is a gift. I think it's called Echeveria Onslow. It's one of the Korean imports that I got from Sheena Cookson for my birthday. I think it gets really nice colors. It has, I don't know if you can see, a little bit of pink mixed with blue and green. So it's really healthy. I was even thinking about beheading it and see how fun it would be to get a cluster of these. So that's a possibility that I might do while it's still season. This is Echeveria nodulosa. This is my dusty rose with really interesting look, bonsai look kind of, looking really pretty. Then I have a really stressed Graptoveria amatorum that under these pink lights it really gets like red, and I don't know what I did. There is a damage on this one leaf. I don't know if I'm gonna remove it or not. The rest of the leaves seem alright. I also have to watch watering with these plumpy plants. This is kind of reminds to amatorum, but it says it's called Aphrodite Echeveria. I got it from Lolo's, and it got also a lot of more like reddish purple color since I brought it. This one here, I forgot what's the name. I got it from Chicago. Grew quite a bit in size. This is my titubans variegated. This one, I don't know if you guys remember, this one was blue. It wasn't variegated at all when I got it. And I kept it under lights and it got variegation. It's really weird. It was completely blue, like it had no variegation whatsoever. And then after a few months under lights, it started getting variegated. Really weird. I have beheaded 3 tops here and they all rooted, so they're a little bit pale looking. I'm a little bit worried about that. They don't have a lot of green, so I hope they're gonna be all right. I don't want them gold. Then this, I think this is Bashful, if I'm not mistaken. Graptoveria Bashful. I do think it's cute, but it's like reddish and green colors. Another Graptoveria Debbie, really big one. It got so wide. I got this from when I traded with Amanda some of the plants. Another Pearl one Nuremberg. This is Red Sky Echeveria that I beheaded. The beheaded, like the rosette, the head got a lot of pests and fungus, and I had to throw it away. But the bottom stem is now growing 3 rosettes. These are 2, and there is another little one on the other side. They did get mealybugs, so I just had to spray them. So they're a little bit deformed on this side, a little bit more than on this side. This one here, I forgot, it's some kind of Graptoveria, silver star, right? I can't remember the name of this one. Then here are my prolificus. Then I have my raindrops echeverias. I've been thinking about propagating these. I haven't done any propagation on these for a year. And I'm just wondering if the stem would produce any growth. So maybe I'm gonna do that. This is my Malaco. These are the heads that I rooted a few months ago. And this is the leftover stems. So you can see how much they have produced. This stem has produced 2. This one has one bigger one, and then there is some smaller one growing, and this one as well. They're looking good. I love color on these. This is Echeveria Little Tina, ghost plant, kind of ghost Echeveria. This one here I got when they were clearing some plants from a nursery recently, and it was really pale. The color was almost like these bluish green, and I put it under lights in a matter of 2 weeks. Got amazing colors, guys, and I'm really enjoying looking at this one. And it also started growing some new little rosettes or blooms. I don't know what that's gonna be, but it has something growing. This looks to me like a rosette, not a bloom, but I don't know. They're really cool. I think they're so pretty, and the shape is different than some other plants. All right, then I have another one here that I think would be interesting for propagation, so I might do that. This one I got from Guest Farms. Beautiful colors. I just love unique color because it's not quite pink, but it has a little bit of green. Just gorgeous. And this is my last year's purchase from Guest Farms, and I just wanted to show you how much it grew. You know, it was that size plant with a little bit more heads. It had, I don't know how many heads it had, but it had one stem. And then all of those heads kind of split into more rosettes, and they love lights because they get so much deeper pink colors. And then it started growing 3 more rosettes on the bottom here. So I think it's beautiful. It looks like a tree. It's just so pretty, and it's getting quite big. It's one of the tallest plants here, so it gets the closest to the light. So probably a little more stress than it's supposed to. Then this plant, if you watch my past videos, there is a video where I brought this plant from conservatory, and it looked in a really bad shape. And this is another reason why I love lights, guys, and why it's so hard to do without lights. So when I originally bought this plant a few years ago, I didn't have lights except fluorescent lights, not LED ones. So it wasn't doing good in my care, and then I took it to conservatory thinking it's gonna get better, and it didn't do better. So I propagated it, and chopped it off and rooted and under lights, and got such a beautiful blue with a little bit of purple, and it's such a compact look. It looks really well. So this one loves to be under lights, definitely. This is another plant that I got from Amanda. We traded some plants in the past, some that she doesn't have, some that I don't have, and this is Pachyphytum Bracteosum. I'd never even heard about that one until she gave me, but it looks very, it reminds to moonstones. It's really cool looking. This one was dehydrated a bit when I started keeping it under lights, but I think it adjusted and plumped up. These are my moonstones that I have forever. So they're a little bit taller. Maybe they need to be beheaded and reset. I don't know. But I think that they're okay, so I'm not bothering them. Oh, I forgot this row here. I came to here and then I skipped and started the next tray. Sorry, guys. So this is my Echeveria loba. I have no idea what this is. This was a normal rosette, and then from the middle started growing another little rosette, like a branch. I thought it's gonna be a bloom, but it's like really interesting looking. This one, guys, it's lilac spoon. It's such a bad shape that I honestly thought I'm gonna lose it. And I took it to conservatory, and it completely recovered during the winter time. I'm so grateful that I could have taken it there. And then I beheaded it. And as soon as I beheaded it, it was still in conservatory, got really bad mealybugs, because in summertime, mealybugs are back in conservatory. Usually during the winter time, they're gone. So I brought it home to clean it well, and I treated it a few times. It recovered, and I put it under lights, and it's really happy. I have to show you how beautiful the beheaded branch is, because it has so many babies now growing. It's going to be really exciting to have more of this plant. This one, I think I got it from trade with Isa, and I think it's the same one as this one, just a smaller one. I'm not 100% sure. Then I have here, I think it's called Propagating compactum. I have that one for a while. I think either one or both of these are imbricadas. Blue rose. This is Echeveria powder puff that has few branches that haven't really grown a lot. This is the one that I recently divided because it was in the same pot and it was huge. So it's a crested Echeveria that I got as a gift. It was super small when I got it from Estella when I was ordering plants. It's really beautiful. It looks like a bouquet. And then I have this little one. It's called lemon chili. Probably needs a bigger pot. Not too happy there. And then this one had recently mealybugs, so you can see I sprayed it. This is Echeveria Golden Glow. Another one with beautiful colors that hasn't been growing very much. Maybe I need to take it outside. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. And this one as well. I think those would need a change because they're not too happy under lights. This is my Echeveria Blue Atoll. I forgot what this is. It reminds to Minima, but I'm not 100% sure. These here have not changed much. They're kind of small, so I'm wondering if they need a change of place. And this is Mensa that seemed to be happy under lights. So here I have a lot of Graptopetalums and Graptosedums. Here are some Graptosedums. I think this one is California Sunset. Beautiful colors on the lights. Echeveria Chroma. There's Opalinas. I don't know. This one I think is Marquise de Sévigné. This one I'm not 100% sure what it is. It looks the same as this one. These are, I think, some kind of ghost plant variation. And I feel like these two are different than these three because these were always pink and these haven't been pink since I got them. Here is some baby fingers, Murasaki. There is some more little Murasakis. These are my Prolificus. This is Pentandrum, I think. Ghost plant. Some sedums that I got from Amanda. This is, look at the variegation on this ghost plant. It's so pretty. I cut off rosettes on this one, and these are the top rosettes. And this is what grew from stems. Actually, there is like 2 rosettes on most of the stems. This one, I don't know what's the name of that one, but they're the same. Then I have some moonstone, I think. This is, I think, Pink Delight or Purple Delight Graptopetalum. This is Agaridas lipstick, ruby necklace. As always, thank you guys for watching. So if you need lights to help you grow your Echeverias, I highly recommend Spider Farmer. I have here 600 watts and 1000 watts, and they're working awesome. My plants seem to be very happy under those lights. I also have high grow lights, which I don't think are available anymore, but yeah, those are the ones that are more pink lights. So highly recommend to try them out. Before lights, I really could not grow echeverias very well, and they would also never have such a compact look and great colors. So until the next video, have a wonderful week, guys.